Yeah, so I just thought I hit recorded and got a full minute in. Forget it. This is like the third attempt at it, but I had already done the video on what I was going to talk about in the edit and the build, and I kind of scrapped it all, just being too over analytical. Stress is just getting to me this week. My anxiety's been through the roof, and I've just about had it. And my therapy was doing this today. This is my only saving grace because I feel like I'm just going to jump off the moon. So, I took OJ, not the Meteor, the Beta. Nope, not the Beta. The Mobula 6. Modified it, different frame, messed with canopies, tried different cameras, in the pursuit of happiness or insanity, whatever you choose today. So I actually took it off of the 65 frame after watching a bunch of people modify and go to the 75 frame. This is the Mobula 7 V2 frame, and I chose this one over V3 because of the color. I shaved off. I got to color them and do something different. I didn't finish shaving them 100%, but I shaved off the LED. I was going to put an LED in here, so that's why it looks funny. I had an LED in there, and I actually scrapped the idea. I'm like, you know what? I don't want any extras on this thing. I want to get as much speed out of it as I can. I want to be able to get as light as possible, even though I added a tiny bit with the bigger frame, but flight time. Flight time is everything. For us guys that are in the FPV world, and when somebody asks, that's like one of the, other than how high can you go or how close can you get to somebody's window, stupid questions of an uneducated people that don't understand, and they think they're all drones. They don't even get me started on that. But flight time, like I said, they'll, how long does that fly for? And I'm like, oh, I get 3 minutes with that. That's it. They just have no concept. But this one should fly well over 3 minutes now with with the bigger props. So it's running the Gemfan. Yeah, let's have a senior moment. Yeah, Gemfan 40 millimeter, 1 millimeter shaft props. I got them in red, OJ red. I actually like how it looks a lot. It's very stealthy. I went a little OCD. I know that people I talked about when they swapped this, and that may have been the V3 frame, that it didn't fit, the board didn't fit on there right, so I jumped ahead of it, and there's a clear little rubber isolator, and then there's red way down in there to lift the frame up just a tiny bit. I was able to get the motors plugged in. They don't hit anything. I did shave underneath there, so it made room. The motor wires are, taut. There's not a lot of taut, whatever. There's not a lot of room. They just fit. I sound like a valley girl. I happen to have one of these old foam pieces that I've had back in the day, where you put your tiny whoop battery in, depending on the frame, and that kind of holds it in place. And then I heated up this because this is meant for dual batteries or bigger batteries, and it doesn't look pretty. Just got to function. It pushes down on the top of the battery, and this has got a little bit of hot glue on the other side, holding it in place. And it works good. So I am very happy. OJ is looking like he's ready to kill another gap. I did forget to put this on the other side of that, so I will have to fix that. I ran two packs. One of them was not completely charged because I changed some stuff around, took the LED light out, and I'm very pleased so far. I got very close to 3 minutes, give or take. And that battery wasn't even fully charged, so I'm imagining I will hit over that 3 minute mark now, which would be nice. Get a couple extra laps in. It flies really well. I'm tweaking the tune just a little bit. It flies slightly different. I didn't have any prop wash on this guy, and I had a little bit on here. And I did up the idle air. So when you arm, for new people, when you arm the quad, when you basically turn it on to fly, these automatically start spinning at a certain RPM, and that's so when you flip, when you go to do a maneuver, if you're not an FPV guy and you want to flip roll, you take the throttle all the way down, and you snap the pitch, roll, or whatever, yaw fast, and that's what gives you your flip. And these will still spin at a certain RPM based on what you put, and that's what keeps it in the air controlled, so it doesn't fall out of the sky. Where's my controller? So I'll give you kind of a. So when you arm the quad, when you go like that, that would start the spinning of the motors. Like Tiny Whoop, for example, the original Tiny Whoop does not have that. So when the quad is bound and the remote is on, You start at 0 throttle, and as you go up, then the motor starts spinning and they go faster. But that is not meant for doing tricks. It doesn't do tricks. And obviously you get a little more prop wash based on what you're doing, if you're fast flying or whatnot. So it's just, full throttle, 0 throttle. And that is the difference versus something like that. Whereas, like I said, as soon as you are ready to fly and then you arm, motor starts spinning, then you go from 0 or from what that RPM is and then go. Yep. Which is cool. And I think just the difference in the size props and whatnot, just a tiny little change, but it should be good to go now. Finding pieces all over the floor from working here. But yeah, so stay tuned. Brian's coming over tomorrow. We're going to rip a whole bunch more and going to finish painting the house. I'm excited and have some fun. So stay safe. Enjoy your Friday. We'll see you soon.